You know, if the Nintendo Switch 2 is under $400, that's gonna be a huge win, especially considering that it's gonna also be backwards compatible, and if the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks are true, a pretty big upgrade over the original Nintendo Switch. Not to mention, we could also get a price decrease for the other Nintendo Switch systems as well, which, by the way, how much would you pay for the Switch 2? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the RoboChan Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or ALOT do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not. In this video, we are going to talk about a possible pricing leak for the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a Kirby game hitting the Nintendo Switch according to Nate the Hate. There also seems to be two different insiders saying different things about the February 2025 Nintendo Direct, so we're going to be talking about that as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, it helps the video reach more viewers when you do, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's get on to the topics. So the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct is about 50 days away, the time where we'll be getting new games, know more about the Nintendo Switch 2, and overall stepping further into this new generation for Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch. Along with these new games, we will also see the new price for the Nintendo Switch 2 and hopefully pre-orders. Interestingly enough though, we may not have to wait too long for that price because it may have been leaked. And leaked by a pretty strange place, Costco of Canada. This is what Go Nintendo has to say. Nintendo President Shintaro Furukawa has said that they know fans expect Nintendo Switch 2 to maintain Nintendo's tradition of offering affordable hardware. That said, Nintendo isn't ready to talk about the Switch 2 price just yet. And I would say that's already a good sign. If the president of Nintendo is already trying to set those expectations, more than likely they're going to fulfill it. But continuing, anyways. That said, fans are extremely curious to see where the price lands, and we may have gotten a glimpse today. A Costco Canada employee has taken to Family Wars to share something interesting they spotted behind the scenes. The employee who shared the photographic evidence noticed that Costco's internal computer system had a Nintendo Switch placeholder listing. Along with that, they also had Nintendo Switch placeholder printout signage as well. What's more interesting is that the listing came with a price. According to the price listing, the Nintendo Switch placeholder is priced at $4.99 Canadian. That would equate to roughly $350 US. But it's important to note that the Switch OLED usually retails for $450 in Canada, and we know the pricing here is $350. With that in mind, it would mean that the listing would work out to be roughly $400 US in the States. And they also do have something that the Costco employee has made clear as well. They say the Costco employee makes it very clear that they honestly don't know what the listing is for, but they do note that they've never seen a placeholder for like this before, for anything. That would make it incredibly odd to have a placeholder for just some random Switch bundle, but not impossible. So there are a couple things that you have to keep in mind when it comes to this. One thing, Nintendo has always made their systems affordable, especially when compared to the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and especially when it comes to PC, of course. PC can be very expensive. So I think having something between $350 to $400 is exactly what a lot of people want and a lot of people are expecting when it comes to this new system. And also, warning here, this could not be the price. Keep in mind that it's not 100% set in stone and true. Hasn't come from Nintendo, so it could just end up not happening. With that being said, moving on to some more rumors and leaks, it seems that we might be getting another Kirby game. Now, this was previously rumored by Nate the Hate, and this is what My Nintendo News has to say. Video game leaker Nate the Hate has reiterated on social media platform X that the action-packed Kirby Planet Robo Bot, man, I always mess up on that word, kind of a tongue twister, is still destined to receive a Nintendo Switch port. Nintendo has not announced a Switch version of the acclaimed Nintendo 3DS game, but with the release of Switch 2 looming, it seems a good choice to receive a port to the current Nintendo Switch platform. Now, this was in reply to something that someone tweeted at Nate the Hate. This is what that tweet said. If the February Nintendo Direct is coming or not, that Kirby port is coming nonetheless, huh? I think you mentioned it in a podcast. And he replied with, correct. Planet Robo Bot will find its way to the Switch. The interesting thing about this as well is that they're actually bringing back a collectible for this game too. If you guys remember, we covered that on one of the past shows when that news dropped. Now the big question is, where could we see this game? Because I think personally, if a February Nintendo Direct does end up happening, we could see it at that February Nintendo Direct. This feels like a game that would be used to add to the games leading up to the Nintendo Switch 2 release date. I feel like this wouldn't be released after the Nintendo Switch 2. And that goes for a lot of like ports and remasters, those kind of things. A lot of those I think are going to be used as in-betweens between now and the Nintendo Switch 2 whenever we do get more games announced for the console. And if you've been keeping up with the whole Nintendo Direct talk about the February Nintendo Direct, there is some pretty interesting things happening because there are two insiders saying two different things. So Kirby Pink Theory over on Twitter says, do you guys think that we're getting a Nintendo Direct this month? Nate the Hate has said he has not heard anything. And this is what the Gaming Leaks and Rumors post said. PH Brazil thinks that a February Nintendo Direct is still happening despite other people not having info about it. Keep in mind that he said he still doesn't doubt his sources, that he will admit it immediately if he learns something that contradicts his previous statement. Also, please read the source to get the full statement. Now, if you're wondering, well, what are you talking about? I thought this was already set in stone. Nate the Hate, another Nintendo insider who we previously talked about for the Kirby stuff previously, has said some interesting things about the February Nintendo Direct, and this is what he had to say. I have nothing to share. Beyond there being rumored talk about the February Nintendo Direct, I haven't heard anything about one or when one may happen. I'm currently in the dark on whether a February Nintendo Direct will come to be or not. So keep that in mind. Going into February, or at least further into February I should say, keep those expectations pretty low because it could not happen. Now, personally, just speaking on my thoughts, I would be very surprised if a February Nintendo Direct doesn't happen because we usually do get one. I mean, if I remember correctly, we even got one during the pandemic. I mean, I think it was a third-party Nintendo Direct, but we still got one, so I would be very, very shocked unless, and here's another theory, if we don't end up getting that February Nintendo Direct, Nintendo may just want to throw everything into that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, along with games and third-party games as well. Of course, the games that we are expecting, like the Marios and Zeldas, if they have any of those ready. Who knows if they're going to reveal them? They may wait till June for those bigger games. But maybe they want to keep all of that exciting stuff within that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, because the Switch 2 is a pretty big deal and they don't want to screw this up. I mean, they're probably still remembering what happened with the Wii U, so they want a very, very, very fantastic marketing plan for, or I should say execution anyways, for the Nintendo Switch 2 so they don't run into any hiccups, because the Nintendo Switch 2, I'm assuming anyways, is supposed to last for at least another 4 years before whatever Nintendo's going to be doing after this. So any potential problems that they might run into when it comes to marketing or just fan expectations or just keeping fans' attention is something that I think is on Nintendo's mind and something that they probably are trying to avoid, not letting players get bored, which they've been doing fantastic for the past 8 years, and they have a whole bunch of data from the past 8 years to go off of and say, hey, this works, this doesn't, let's try to revise this and do this better. So I think we'll be solid. I still think there's going to be a February Nintendo Direct. If there's not, I'd be disappointed, but I mean, we have that Switch 2 Direct coming, so that's also very exciting. So it's not like we don't know when the next Nintendo Direct is, right, for exciting news. But just keep in mind that everything we talked about in this video is a rumor or a leak, whichever one you want to call it. If it ends up being true, it's a leak. So take everything with a grain of salt, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And if not on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.